Eastern cooking to America. In today's show, I'll be making Laham Ajeen. It's flat bread with meat, parsley, and tomato topping. And for dessert, I'll be making Cardamom Sesame Cookies. To start off, we will make the dough for the Laham Ajeen. I have 2.5 teaspoons dry yeast. I'll pour half cup water and 1 tablespoon sugar and let it sit for about 5 minutes. To this, we'll add 4 cups bread flour. Make sure to level the cup. And 1 teaspoon of salt. We'll attach the mixing attachment and we'll mix the mixture gradually. We'll add the remaining 1 cup of water. Change the mixing attachment into the dough hook attachment to finish kneading the dough. Now the dough is ready. You see how it comes all around the dough hook. You know it's ready. It's nice and smooth. And it's very nice dough. We'll form it into a smooth ball, and I have a bowl that's already coated with some oil. I used olive oil. Coat all the surfaces. Then cover it with saran wrap and a kitchen towel and let it rise in a warm place for about hour and a half or until it's doubled in size. We'll make the topping for the Laham Ajeen. I have 2 tablespoons vegetable oil, 2 small onions finely chopped. The onions are nice and soft. I'll add 2 pounds of ground beef. Cook this until brown. The meat is nice and brown. We don't want to overcook the meat because we will cook it in the oven when we use it as topping. So we want to make sure it's not overcooked. I'll add 1 teaspoon of hot red pepper. You can add more or less depending on how spicy you want the Laham Ajeen. Some salt to season the meat. Turn the heat off. Give it a nice stir. I'll add about 3 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more, of tomato paste, equivalent to 6 ounces can. Two tablespoons pomegranate syrup. This will give you that nice flavor of sweetness and sour to the Laham Ajeen. I'll add 2 small chopped tomatoes and 1 cup of chopped parsley. Mix everything together. Until it's nicely blended. See, it smells really good. Look at the colors of this topping. It's a wonderful, wonderful topping for our bread. Let it sit until it cools off for a little bit. Now the dough is risen. You see how it's doubled in size. Gently. We'll divide it in half, and then we'll divide each one into 6 equal portions. We'll form each one into a smooth ball. Place it on the tray. We need to let these rest for about 20 to 30 more minutes. Anytime we work with dough, you really need to give it a lot of time to rest and to rise. You really cannot rush the dough. If it's not ready, it's not ready. So you have to give yourself so much time anytime you're working with dough. So we'll cover this. We'll let it rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. The dough is nice and rested. I'll sprinkle my cutting board with some flour. Roll it out as thin as possible, about maybe 6 to 7 inches in diameter. Roll out another one. You can bake 2 on 1 tray. A lot of people refer to this as Mediterranean pizza. It's almost like pizza. It has the bread, the flat bread, and the topping. It's really nice to use as breakfast or snack or even brunch. Looks good. We'll try to dust all the flour. Looks good. Now I'll have about 1 to 1.5 cups of topping. Spread evenly on the dough. Gently press on it. You can make the Laham Ajeen in different sizes. This is like kind of like traditional size. You can make them smaller as finger food, or you can make them even larger, or cut them into wedges and serve them any way you want. It's all what you prefer to do. Okay, this looks good. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. These will bake in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown and done. Now, the Laham Ajeen are done. We're just gonna rotate them, move it to the upper shelf to cook on top and to make it a little crispy for maybe a minute or so. Now they're nicely golden brown. I'll transfer them to a cooling rack to cool slightly. Now it's time to make our dessert. I'm making Cardamom Sesame Cookies. I will mix all the dry ingredients together, which they are 4 cups of all-purpose flour,
Samira.
I support global intelligence.
I analyze mission-critical information.
I inform policymakers.
We are the CIA.
My son Timothy was born with special needs. He's an amazing kid. But when I started my own business, I had to buy health insurance on my own. Why is it okay that every plan rejected us? Except for one.
Fact. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan believes every health plan should accept everyone, regardless of medical history. The care you need when you're sick, the help you need to live a healthier life. That's our promise. Learn more at ahealthiermichigan.org.
للمزيد من المعلومات عن التغطية الصحية من بلو كروس بلو شيلدز اوف ميشيغان التي تتناسب مع نمط حياتكم واحتياجاتكم زوروا bcbsam.com أو اتصلوا بوكيلكم المحلي.
Tablespoon of baking powder. Half teaspoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of ground cardamom. Now I will start with the wet ingredients. I need 1 cup of vegetable oil, cup of sugar, we'll mix the oil and sugar together until the sugar is dissolved. Sugar is dissolved. I'll add 4 eggs. First of all, I'll crack the eggs in a bowl, just in case. And then I'll add them gradually, one by one. Let it mix. Now I'll add the dry ingredients. Gradually, we'll mix everything until all the dry ingredients are blended real well with the wet ingredients. This is going to be a nice sticky dough. Looks good. Now I will whisk 1 egg with 1 tablespoon of milk. And place it in a shallow bowl. I also have some sesame and sesame seeds in a shallow bowl. I'll pinch a small piece of dough, maybe the size of walnut, and roll it into about 4 to 5 inches rope. Pinch the ends together and dip it in the egg wash, then dip it in sesame seeds and place it on a baking sheet. Pinch the ends together. mix it. I have my oven preheated to 350 degree. They'll bake in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown. Cookies are golden brown. They smell amazing, smell real good. The cardamom, the sesame smells really good. We'll transfer them to a cooling rack to cool. This is how much time we have for today. In today's show, we made Laham Ajeen, which is flat bread with meat, parsley, and tomato topping. And we made Cardamom Sesame Seed Cookies. Thank you so much for coming to my show and enjoy Middle Eastern cooking. And we hope to see you next time with more exotic recipes from the Middle East.